Bella. Where the hell you been, Polka? Congratulations on completing simulation escape Loki. Please note, there is no escape from Loki. Stay with Loki. You must stay with Loki. Loki will be angry if you do not stay with Loki. Please do not make this mistake again. Now returning to prison cell. Loki, I don't know how to tell you this, but you kind of overreact. This was the long way to go for a Twilight joke, wasn't it? Hello, Chain Gang. Welcome back. My name is FoxyMoxAE. I got duped again. Well, I rehacked my cell to make it look like my apartment again. We are gonna be watching Dr. Mike with Doctor Reacts to Twilight medical scenes. Get the gag from the opener now? As always, the original content is in the description below. Please support it. And, I've made jokes about this, but the more you subscribe, the more I get the hell out of here. My attempts have been going better and better since we've gotten more subscribers, so your help is amazingly appreciated. Mwah. Gang gang! Let's go! Also, before we get started, I heard your feedback from the last video, so I have lowered my tails for this viewing experience. Let me know in the comments if you prefer it this way or the normal way. I'm excited to see if Team Full Floof or Team Could We Put It Down, Ma'am gets the most traction. So comment below what you prefer. Mwah. Alright, Dr. Mike, educate us.
I know this is a stretch, but a lot of you requested that I react to the medical scenes of the Twilight series saga, and I haven't watched it yet, so I'm prepared.
That was a beautiful scene to pause before. I mean, that was the perfect scene to pause after. Before we get into this, I want you to comment right now if you've watched this series before, if you haven't watched this series before. I have seen it. I wouldn't call it good, but I'd call it entertaining. If you go into it expecting cool vampire movie, you're gonna be pissed. If you go into it expecting this should be fucking weird, you'll be pleasantly entertained, I think, if you like weird shit. It's pretty funny in a campy sort of way. Anyways, onward!
Preparing to watch it all for you.
Yeah!
Hope I don't regret this. Let's
Me
get started.
too.
Bee-whoop!
Bee-whoop, boop, 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 boop.
Everyone in this series looks so pale. I'm screening all of them for anemia.
To be fair, a lot of that has to do with, I think they used a shit ton of filters on the first movie, in the very least, on the film.
Blood loss, B12 deficiency. I'm getting a CBC at the very least. Oh!
Oh!
Someone's been doing tricep extensions.
Have you noticed, Dr. Mike?
I'm surprised after
he's
this
talking
movie
about
he
him.
didn't do a jaw trainer ad on TikTok. Not that they work.
Edward was mewing before mewing knew what it was.
I would say she's underacting, but sometimes in moments of shock, people do get confused and dazed and don't know how to react.
Yeah.
The whole deer and headlights thing that we make fun of actually does happen to humans as well.
Yeah, it's called
You and I are
freeze.
gonna talk. You alright?
I'm fine, Dad. Calm down.
Fight, flight, freeze,
Bella.
and
I tried to
fawn.
stop.
He tried to stop by turning the
I
van
know stop.
sideways.
Thought it wasn't his fault.
Bum, bum,
been killed.
bum, bum.
You understand that?
Yes.
How do you
But I
stop your
wasn't,
van?
so-
Wait, you don't stop
You
the
can kiss your
turning
license goodbye.
sideways?
Whoa, fancy resident coming in with the teal shirt and teal tie and pale skin. My God, his skin is so cyanotic. Like, if I just look at this person, I would guess their hemoglobin is like a 5, which is like in
but it's still
kind
of pretty. I want to bruise him.
Isabella.
Bella.
Oh, Bella. Looks like you took quite a spill. How do you feel?
Good.
Well, that's not really how we perform a history. We usually say, what happened? What do you remember? Did you lose consciousness? Does something hurt? My guy, at least fake it like you're a doctor. Don't just put on a white coat on your teal shirt and slick back your hair and think you're the vampire. King Vampire of the hospital? That climax did not work.
You might experience.
Okay, so this whole moving the pen back and forth is like a little weird. The purpose of using the pen light in one eye is to see if the pupil reacts to the light. So technically, when you shine a bright light into a pupil, it shrinks. And when you move the light away and it gets darker, it expands. Now, if that's not happening or you have a blown pupil on one side, that could be a sign of head injury. The fact that he's going like this, like you're never really going to see whether or not the pupil's reacting.
Disorientation, but your vitals look good. No signs of any head trauma.
He failed Med School 101 in Vampire Diaries 103. Is
maybe Vampire Medical
not
School isn't
a
that
symptom of head
complicated.
injury? To me, it is. And because she had a pretty serious accident, I'm probably scanning her.
Instead, he kept
That's
you this
fair.
fragile little human. It's cruel, really.
Oh no!
Oh, what did he do? What did he do? Did he stab her? Oh, stomping on the lower leg. There's a lot of nerves there, a lot of pain, a lot of blood vessels. Oh! You saved her, Rob.
I'm sorry.
I just want to point out, a sizable portion of my reaction to this video is going to be me going, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. Back injury. T12 vertebral fracture.
He's
But
a
don't vampires
vampire.
heal really quickly, so my medical diagnosis
Yeah.
need not apply.
Problem. It's like he can hear me.
That's a bad place for a
Yeah,
cut.
that's
where the
ephemeral
femoral
artery.
artery is.
Yup.
You can bleed
That's-
heavy. I
that's-
didn't see
that
how high it
goes
was on
straight
the leg,
to
but
your
that
heart.
could be bad. Oh, stop
Yuck.
biting her. Did he bite her? Does that count? Does
No
is
biting.
it like Walking Dead? Not all the way, so you have to give time for the poison to leach. It's actually quite similar for a tick bite. A lot of people see a tick land on them, maybe it bites them, and they're like, oh my God, I might have Lyme disease. But actually, a tick has to be attached for like 24 to 48 hours in order for Lyme disease to actually spread. The bacteria that causes Lyme disease lives inside the tick's gut. It actually takes time for it to spread into your own bloodstream.
Femoral artery's been severed. She's losing too much blood.
Look at this, he's like a doctor and everything. Oh, it's that same dude. This is where a tourniquet comes in real handy. Because the purpose of the tourniquet really is to buy you more time. It's to clamp off the bleeding from above, meaning closer to the heart, so they'll be higher up on the leg. You tie off that circulation, get her to the hospital, get the trauma surgeons in there, the vascular surgeons. They do their little stuff. And by little stuff, I mean they actually fix the injury, and boom, the leg works again. And so does the rest of her body.
On any part
Oh,
of
look at them
me.
listening to the doctor advice. But see, they should have called 911 before doing this because it's going to actually they could fly and stuff. So this
I mean,
my simple
oh my-
human mind
I
is
don't think they
thinking
can-
like
they can run really
ambulance,
fast.
and they're like, we're just gonna fly.
Well, I guess he can kind of glide.
So
or
he's
something.
not biting her. He's sucking out the venom. This is why that
It's
device that some people
weirdly
use on like
erotic.
mosquito bites to try and like suck
Let
out
me
the
suck out your
inflammation.
venom,
Like they think
baby.
it works,
Yeah.
but that's not really why it works. I actually reviewed it in a whole Amazon video. It was a weird video because I reviewed a lot of weird products.
Oh.
Oh, that's a good suction.
That's what she said. It took me a minute to wink. Winking is hard.
I hate paper cuts. They're so small and yet they're so problematic.
They're really
allow
very
infection in,
annoying,
but you don't
especially
think they're that
depending where
serious,
they
so you
are.
don't
But
necessarily
also, this
recover
one
them.
becomes,
And then if
you
you have a
know,
little lemon juice in there or something
more
acidic,
problem.
it burns like.
Hi,
I'm watching
Jasper.
this and there's vampires diving on the little blood splat, and all I'm thinking about is whenever I drop a crumb on the floor and Bear sees it and he just attacks it in very much the same way. I see a lot of relation to that.
Oh no, I'm gonna regret saying this. But I've had a problem with this scene ever since I saw this scene. This man goes to a high school. Girls in high school typically have times when a little bit fucking more than a drop of blood falls, bruh. How many bodies you have buried in the high school football yard? Monster! Bunk! Sit down! Not the piano! Yeah, I love how, like, she had tiny paper cut and Jasper lost his shit. And then Edward threw her into a bunch of
Why doesn't this specific vampire react to the blood this way? Like, how is he so comfortable becoming a doctor, not wanting every time he's doing a little blood draw that he's like, let me get a little. Oh, no, wait, hold on a second. Aren't vampires worried about bloodborne diseases?
Instantly make it
HIV,
worse.
syphilis, hepatitis. These are problems that, like, you should think about as a vampire.
I don't want syphilis. That make you crazy.
You gotta take out the glass. Foreign bodies, first thing you're doing, you're removing them. But you're also just washing it out with warm water. That's an important part.
I'm so
Cool
squeamish. I don't know why I watch this shit.
Years and years of practice.
and cool contact.
I knew who I wanted to be. I wanted to help people.
That's nice.
Brings me happiness.
He's doing sutures. I wouldn't necessarily do them. Sometimes you have to let wounds close by what we call secondary intention, which means that if they're dirty wounds, you may want to let them heal from inside out as opposed to closing them, because sometimes you could trap bacteria and infection in there.
Yeah, but he just cleaned us.
That long hair look was not a good look for me.
Hit the brake!
Whoa! I hope she didn't fracture anything.
You trying to get yourself killed?
No, I'm trying to get you
She's
killed,
bleeding.
motherfucker.
She has a head injury. Don't let her go back on the motorcycle. Oh, yeah, he's flexing on her.
Hello, Tyler.
My guy, that was so unnecessary.
Yup.
You did not need to dab
Dirty
the blood away
fucking
like that. You could've
shirt
just taken
straight
the shirt
into
and
a
just gone
head
like this.
wound.
Feel that?
Blah, blah, blah.
Flesh and blood
Get.
and warmth.
Oh, I hate this
I'm gonna
scene.
use that as a pickup line. See if it works.
Bella, where the hell have you been, Loka?
Da-da-da, the joke paid off. I hoped it would, and it worked out for me.
Oh, she wants vampire.
Bonk.
Oh! Why did it hurt her so much to punch him? Because he's a wolf?
werewolf.
I kissed Bella, and she broke her hand.
Oh, you know what's really dangerous? Not only getting a boxer's fracture of the fifth metatarsal,
sorry, I'm
metacarpal
in
here,
the
but
way again.
also getting a fight bite. And I don't think she got it there because I
Bonk.
think his mouth was closed. But if you hit someone on their teeth, that is so problematic for the hand because it's usually
What?
very deep, number one.
I
When
was
the
thinking
person
more
relaxes
problematic
their
for the
hand,
person.
that infection can spread to the
Oh,
joint of the hand
no.
and therefore cause all sorts of problems like a septic arthritis with like tendon involvement. It's so destructive that you actually need very, very thorough care initially and follow up to make sure that the
Doctor Mike,
infection
you make
isn't
this
spreading. The
very
human mouth
hard.
is actually
I
quite
want
dirty.
deep
It's a
mouth.
polymicrobial
I don't-
environment, we call it.
I
There's like
don't
50
like
different
things
types of
zoomed in
bacteria
on.
the
Oh, God.
That was cool.
Your rib is cracked.
mouth. What was that an image of? What in the world am I looking at? Is
A
that even
boulder.
a human?
That's her abdomen.
You haven't punctured anything. Yet.
What do you mean she hasn't
Yacht.
punctured anything yet?
The vampire baby.
The vampire baby needs to stop performing intra-abdominal trauma.
It's breaking your bones now. It's crushing you from the inside out.
That's how I feel about my long work days.
Oh,
Carla, tell her what you told me.
poor doctor, Mike.
The fetus isn't compatible with your body.
Oh,
It's too strong.
it's like an RH incompatibility.
It won't allow you to get the nutrition you need.
Oh, that sounds
Start
very
going by the hour.
scary.
I can't stop
I'm
it, and
gonna
I can't
warn
slow
you.
it down.
This might
This
get
is
really
how
gross.
without
This movie was pretty
See, I want
fucking
to
gross.
fact check this real bad, but I'm not sure if there's vampire human baby incompatibility syndrome.
From a biological standpoint, there's no evidence against it. Okay. Thanks, Chat GPT.
Ginger ale
Oh, I'm not looking. I know. I'm sorry.
for the nausea.
My eyelids are so.
oh, did
The
her
sound
back
is
just break?
still so gross.
Can someone hold her? Why do you want
Oh,
to hold
blah, 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 blah.
Does she have like weak, brittle bones, like osteoporosis?
Carlos said the placenta must have
This
detached.
is awful.
Is she losing a lot of blood? Because that's how you would know. There's actually a unique condition where the placenta can come off the uterus, and obviously placental separation is going to be a lot of blood, potential injury to not only the fetus or the baby being delivered, but also to the mom. But then there's also the situation of placenta previa, where the placenta is actually on the lower portion of the uterus, where it can even block the cervix, where the baby normally would come out. In those situations,
God.
obviously, we're going for a C-section.
Coming as fast as he can. We'll have to do it.
Do what? What are they gonna do? No, okay.
Let the morphine spray.
There's no time. He's dying.
Seeing that.
Let the morphine spread.
What
Oh my God, are they just? What about her bladder? You gotta be careful. Oh my God. She doesn't know where she's cutting. Oh no, she's gonna eat the scalpel.
Get him out of here.
This is bad vampire healthcare. The amount of blood
Agreed.
loss she has, I don't know how long she's gonna
I'd
last. We need
be
to get her
suing
an
for
IV,
malpractice.
Get her some fluids, get her a transfusion.
I'm not looking.
Oh, is he eating the baby?
You can't make me look. This movie was
I
built.
delivered 30 plus babies.
Wait,
I've
I'm a
assisted in
reaction
dozens
person.
more. Never
I should
seen a surgeon
probably
do that.
be
I felt like
looking.
that was not just unethical, but
damn it.
unconstitutional as well. She's sweating because she's getting a fever from all these bites. I just said earlier there's 50 different types of bacteria in the mouth, and they keep biting her. Maybe they need to stop beating on the
not
poor
good.
girl, and the vampire
Not
baby maybe
good.
needs to stop beating on her
That's
so that
pretty
the
gross.
placenta can stay attached. Oh my God, are babies actually all vampires? Because they technically live off the blood of their mother? Because
You're
the
not
placenta
wrong.
feeds the baby, brings nutrients,
Saucy
detoxes the
McSaucerton.
baby.
We need to make some phone calls.
Babies are vampires.
This changes a
Dun
lot.
dun dun. Hello, baby.
Yeah, skin to skin is important. This is actually a medically evidence-based practice.
I mean,
where
it is,
creates
but if the
bonding between
mom's
the mother
gonna
and the baby,
kick
so we
it,
do
you might
recommend
have
this.
other priorities.
Mom's clearly really sick though and febrile. Like we gotta get antibiotics, like systemic IV antibiotics. I can't even think
it's
about
not
all the
good.
bacteria that's flowing through her blood. Like I think if we were to
All
take a
of them.
sample of her blood and culture and do a
Every
blood culture,
fucking
we'd
one.
see all sorts of bacteria grow out, like trees of bacteria grow on the
You'd
growth
find
plate. By the way,
new
here's what a
ones you
growth plate
never
looks like
even
when
knew
you do a blood culture.
existed.
Oh, what happened?
The baby bit her.
What's happening? Who's bleeding? Who's dying? I heard a. Oh, is she dying?
Uh-huh.
She looks frail.
Bella? Bella?
Oh no. Oh no.
Womp womp.
No, we don't need to do mouth to mouth anymore, bro. She was already breathing right before that, so she already has some residual oxygen in her. So all you have to do is do chest compressions, chest compression, chest compression. If she's unresponsive with no pulse. Those are really bad chest compressions. My God, you can't take your hands off the chest when you're doing chest compressions.
Ah.
What is that?
You're supposed to go to
Is
I'm
that
Staying
epinephrine?
Alive
This is
by
definitely
the
not what's
Bee
happening.
Gees,
In
not
advanced
like
cardiac
the
life
dirt
support,
of
when you can't bring someone back. You're doing chest compressions to buy them time.
You're
You would
gonna
give
die,
epinephrine, the medicine
die.
that would hopefully restart the heart, into an IV. But back in the day, or if we didn't have IVs, we would literally take it and put it into the heart. And actually in Pulp Fiction, there's like a whole scene when they shot
I
Uma
do
Thurman.
remember that.
She
I
was
like Pulp
dying
Fiction.
from an overdose of heroin, and you don't need to give naloxone into the heart, ever.
Oh.
You give it intramuscularly or IV.
Damn it, John Travolta, you've killed again.
That's my venom.
Oh, that was the venom. That's a different advanced cardiac life support. And the reason, by the way, we don't do it intracardiac is because it stops us from doing chest compressions. We want to keep doing chest compressions.
Yuck. Stop stabbing people in their chest. It's really
Bro, the
heckin'
reason
gross
it's not
to
working
look
is because you're
at.
not circulating the goddamn medication. It needs to be done with the rhythm, staying alive, staying alive. You can't just go.
I told you, I'm very smart. I'm
Clearly,
basically
you
a
didn't watch
prison
my
doctor.
TikTok live with the American Heart Association or visit one of my booths that are in airports across the United States with the American Heart Association teaching people how to do chest
That's
compressions.
dope. I want to play. Learn.
Is he disgusted at the situation that she's dying or his chest compressions? Because I can't tell. Isn't he a vampire? Can you like spit on her and bring her back? Oh Oh my God, look at those myelin sheaths. Neovascularization happening. I'm pulling out all the medical terminology. Those are actual real medical words.
You sound like you're sneezing,
This is
bro.
like a Gatorade commercial.
Yucky.
Ooh, that was cool. Oh, you saw that? Her sternum just was like, what's up? We're back together now. Since her body completely healed, you'd think the bags under her eyes would go away too.
They're working on it.
Oh, they do. Spoke too soon.
Jesus.
Oh, she's a vampire now. Would have been cool if she was like, Chupapi. Click here to check out TikToks that I even struggle to explain.
I mean, you can't really click there,
watching.
but
And huge
you know,
thanks
go
to
click the original
r/Twilight
video
for
and then
helping us
click
put
there.
this video together. As always, stay happy and healthy.
Yeah. Da-na-na-na-da-na-na-na. Nope, I'm still here. Check back tomorrow to see if I ever get the hell out of here. Original video is in the description below. Yeah, I gotta work on this. I'll see you later. Bye.